In an important development, the protesting junior doctors of Kolkata, after 2 failed attempts, are at talks with Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. They met her at her Kalighat residence for a 3rd time. In fact, this was the 5th time that the government had extended an invitation to them. Remember, the agitating doctors of Kolkata have been protesting since the brutal rape and murder of a junior doctor in Arvind Medical College and Hospital. The case is being investigated by the CBI. The meeting, NDTV has learned, has concluded, but it lasted about for nearly 2 hours. The recording of minutes is on, that's what we know. Will there be a breakthrough or not remains a key question. Joining me now is Saurabh Gupta, who has been tracking this meeting. Saurabh, what is the latest update on this?
Well, you know, the meeting, what we've been given to understand, has concluded, but the process of recording minutes and getting that signed by both parties is what's taking place now. We're also expecting a briefing after the meeting, and of course, while many expect a breakthrough, the fact that the meeting has happened in itself is a breakthrough, because remember, there were 4 attempts to actually make this meeting happen, but they did not materialize. And did not materialize because there were conditions set by the junior doctors who said they wanted it live telecast and videographed. Now, obviously, this is something that the government didn't agree to. The government said if the Supreme Court allows it, we'll do it. So eventually, the agreement that was reached on Saturday was that minutes would be recorded and shared by both parties with each other. And that is the condition on which these talks have gone through. However, the outcome of the talks is something that, of course, the briefing will make it clear. And remember, on Tuesday, the Supreme Court hears this matter. So there will be, of course, an effort by the government of West Bengal to show that it has done everything in its power to actually ensure that there is some sort of breakthrough and the striking or the protesting junior doctors return to work. The Supreme Court had ordered them to return to work on Tuesday, but it had not happened. And now, of course, another Tuesday has come by when the Supreme Court will hear this matter. The CBI will also submit a status report. Remember, it's arrested former Principal Sandeep Ghosh and officer in charge of Tala Police Station, Abhijit Mandal. But obviously, at this point, what is key is what is the outcome, what is the breakthrough from this meeting, and we are waiting for an update from Kalighat, the Chief Minister's residence, Mamata Banerjee's residence, where that meeting is taking place. After 4 attempts, a 5th and final attempt was made today, and that has materialized. Talks have taken place, but the outcome is something, of course, that's going to go in late into the night.
Right. Thank you, Saurabh Gupta, for joining us with those critical details. It's going to be a long night for you and for the agitating doctors. Saurabh Gupta reporting that the meeting between the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, and the protesting doctors is over, but the recording of minutes is on. Remember, tomorrow is an important day with the Supreme Court continuing with its hearing of the case. Moving on to other important news, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is likely to resign on Tuesday. Mr. Kejriwal says that he will return to office only after the people's verdict on the allegations of corruption that he faces. The big question now, who in Aam Aadmi Party will get the top job?
A key meeting between the Aam Aadmi Party big guns, but no answer so far on who will be Delhi's next chief minister once Arvind Kejriwal resigns on Tuesday, after he meets LG Vinay Saxena. Like Mr. Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, the former deputy chief minister, has also said he will go to the people and return to office only after re-election. This effectively means that the top leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party are not in the race for the chief minister's post. The CM change for Aam Aadmi Party comes less than a year before the crucial assembly election in India's capital. While polls are due in February 2025, Arvind Kejriwal has pitched for an early election, saying he will return to office only after the people's verdict on corruption allegations. Delhi ministers Atishi, Saurabh Bharadwaj and Kailash Gehlot are being seen as frontrunners for the top post.
उस मुख्यमंत्री का विश्वास अपनी जनता पे है और अपनी ईमानदारी पे है। दिल्ली के लोगों के अंदर ऐसी उत्सुकता है कि चुनाव हो और हम वोट डाल के अरविंद केजरीवाल को कल ही दोबारा मुख्यमंत्री बने, ऐसी बेसब्री है आज।
Even though this chief ministerial stint will only be for a few months, the Aam Aadmi Party leadership would be looking to choose prominent leaders who can articulate the party's position on key issues and has wide acceptability among the party ranks. The main opposition BJP has scoffed at Kejriwal's announcement, calling the resignation a drama and asking why the entire Delhi cabinet is not resigning.
The Honourable Chief Minister of Delhi, Shri Arvind Kejriwal ji, is not serious about asking for preponement of polls. Because if he was, then he would not resign just himself. He would actually ask for dissolution of the assembly. But he made a categorically a dichotomous statement by saying, I will resign after 2 days.
Today, the Political Affairs Committee meeting of the Aam Aadmi Party ended with little conclusion and no confirmation on the new Chief Minister's face. But tomorrow, another round of discussion will be held by Arvind Kejriwal with the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs. Until then, the people of the national capital still await the name of their new Chief Minister. Now, with camera person Sachin Gupta, this is Ishka Verma for NDTV.
Well, campaigning for the first phase of elections in Jammu and Kashmir came to an end today. Remember, 24 seats go to polls on the 18th of September. 24 seats in 7 districts will vote on Wednesday. J&K is all set for state polls after 10 years. Remember, this is the first election in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir after Article 370 was abrogated. Amit Shah, the Home Minister of the country, was in J&K today. In fact, he held 3 rallies and he attacked the opposition. He said that Rahul Gandhi will reignite terror in the valley. Meanwhile, Congress party has released its manifesto today promising to put in place a minority commission within 100 days.
Before campaigning for the first phase of assembly elections comes to an end, Home Minister Amit Shah led a high-pitched campaign to woo voters in Jammu and Kashmir. As he addressed 3 rallies in Kishtwar, Ramban and Doda. Mr. Shah targeted the Congress and National Conference for trying to push Jammu and Kashmir back into terrorism.
उमर अब्दुल्ला कहते हैं अब जल गुरु को फांसी नहीं देनी चाहिए। यही बताता है कि राहुल गांधी और उमर अब्दुल्ला की सरकार बनी तो क्या होने वाला है। फिर से पथराव होगा, फिर से आतंकवादियों के जनाजे निकलेंगे, फिर से गोलियां चलेगी।
24 seats will go to polls on Wednesday. Then there are 219 candidates in the fray. Around 40% of them are independents. At least 6 candidates are linked to the banned Jamaat-e-Islami. Ahead of polling, the Islamist group has forged an alliance with Engineer Rashid, the Baramulla MP, who recently won parliament elections while in Tihar jail on terror funding charges. Both the National Conference and the PDP had attacked the BJP, saying that they are behind Rashid's release from jail and have a secret understanding with them.
तार इनकी कहीं और जुड़ी हुई है, इशारा इनको कहीं और से आता है, जहां से इशारा आता है उस इशारे पे ये नाचते हैं। उनका अटैक जो है तमाम नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस के खिलाफ, जाहिर सी बात है उनको मैदान में उतारा गया है नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस को निशाना बनाने के लिए। कोई बात नहीं ना, अब हम मुकाबला कर लेंगे।
There's alliance between Engineer Rashid's AIP and the Jamaat-e-Islami. Does that somehow tilt the balance?
As of now, we have not seen because the alliance just shaped yesterday and there's only 1 day left. So it's too late for any alignment now.
As the campaigning for first phase of assembly elections in Jammu and Kashmir is over, political parties and candidates make last-ditch efforts to woo voters ahead of polls. While the main fight is between the NC Congress alliance, PDP and the BJP, the unprecedented number of independent candidates in this election may well impact outcome in some seats. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi for NDTV.
Moving on, in a concerning development, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar Hospital, the largest government hospital in Chhattisgarh, has stopped open heart surgeries for about 4 months now due to shortage of a key chemical. This has left many economically weaker patients in dire straits, forcing them to seek expensive private healthcare elsewhere. Here's a report.
No open heart surgeries for close to 4 months at the largest government hospital in Chhattisgarh, one of India's most impoverished states. The reason, reagents used in tests before and during the surgery are in extremely short supply at Raipur's Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar Hospital. The situation at the hospital is bad news for patients, especially the poor who depend on government health care. Madan Gopal, a security guard from the Korba district, has been running around for months for his surgery, and his family is now forced to get loans for treatment at a private hospital.
कोरबा में उतनी सुविधा है नहीं, तो उन्होंने कहा कि आपको जो ज़्यादा इलाज करना है क्योंकि हार्ट की समस्या है, आप इसको सीरियसली लीजिए। तो मैं एम्स में गया, जनरल उनका इलाज किया गया और उन्हें रेफ़र कर दिया गया मेकाहारा में। मेकाहारा में एक दिन एडमिट करने के बाद उनकी एंजियोग्राफी हुई। एंजियोग्राफी में पता ये चला कि उनके हार्ट में 2 से 3 नस में ब्लॉकेज है। अब मेकाहारा क्योंकि बड़ा हॉस्पिटल है तो मुझे लगा कि इलाज हो यहीं हो जाएगा, बट वहाँ पे मुझे ये बोल दिया गया कि यहाँ पे इनका इलाज नहीं होगा और ये बोल के रेफ़र कर दिया गया दोबारा एम्स में। एम्स में चेकअप करने के बाद एंजियोग्राफी की रिपोर्ट देखने के बाद ये बोला गया कि यहाँ पे 3 से 4 महीने की वेटिंग है और पेशेंट की कंडीशन ऐसी नहीं है कि आप इतना लंबा वेट कर सकें, तो उससे अच्छा ये है कि आप कहीं बाहर इलाज करा लीजिए। तो मेरे पास कोई ऑप्शन बचा नहीं, मैं यहीं पर वापस आ गया।
The Ambedkar Hospital performs 30 to 40 surgeries a month, but the shortage of reagents in the advanced cardiac department has been crippling.
ये एबीजी मशीन इसलिए ज़रूरत होती है कोई भी ओपन हार्ट में कि जैसे कि हम मरीज को बेहोश करते हैं, बेहोश करने के बाद जब ओपन हार्ट सर्जरी करते हैं तो हार्ट को हमको जब तक ऑपरेशन करते हैं तब तक हमको हार्ट को बंद करके रखना पड़ता है, और जब तक हार्ट बंद रहता है उसका काम ये हार्ट लंग मशीन करता है। अब ये हार्ट लंग मशीन दो काम करता है, एक तो पंपिंग करता है जो हार्ट का काम करता है, और दूसरा लंग का काम करता है जो ऑक्सीजनेट करता है ब्लड को। इन सब पैरामीटर को सामान्य होना बहुत जरूरी है, नहीं तो फिर मरीज ऑपरेशन के बाद उठ नहीं पाएगा।
The government has promised that the situation will be resolved within a week.
एक सप्ताह पहले बैठक में हमने खरीदी के लिए अनुमति दे दिया है। स्थानीय रूप से जो वहाँ के हॉस्पिटल प्रबंधन है, उसके डीन हैं, एमएस हैं, उनको खरीदी के लिए हमने डीन को 25 लाख तक का या न्यूनतम 20 लाख तक का अधिकार उनको डायरेक्ट दे रहे हैं, जो वित्त कमेटी के माध्यम से 5 लाख रुपए तक का बिना अनुमोदन का इमरजेंसी में कुछ भी खरीद सकते हैं।
While the government claims to provide better health care in public hospitals, the halt of surgeries at Ambedkar Hospital due to reagent shortages raises serious concerns. If such disruptions can occur in the capital Raipur, it's alarming to consider the state of healthcare facilities in other parts of the state. In Raipur, with Zulfikar Ali and Rizwan Khan, Anurag Dwari for NDTV.
Now, India's External Affairs Ministry has condemned Iran's statements on the state of minorities in India. MEA has said that the comments are completely misinformed. Iran had earlier said that minorities are suffering in India. In fact, the Supreme Leader of Iran had compared India to what is happening in Gaza and also Myanmar. But MEA has said that Iran's comments are completely misinformed, unacceptable, and that Iran should look at its own record first. My colleague Ghazali has more details on this.
Hours after Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei put out a tweet targeting India as well as Gaza and Myanmar, saying that how Muslim community should act like one when talking about atrocities against Muslims across the world. But putting India in the bracket of Gaza and Myanmar to show that Muslims are getting persecuted here has not gone down well with our own External Affairs Ministry. And MEA, in a strong worded statement, says that perhaps countries who are commenting on internal politics or dynamics of India should look forward to their own treatment to minorities in their own region. And why this is very significant, considering the fact that 2 union ministers this year, External Affairs Minister Mr. Jaishankar as well as Shipping and Ports Minister Mr. Sarvananda Sonowal had visited Iran a couple of months ago. Then we had also got the extension or a 10-year agreement to maintain the Chabahar port. This all assumes significance that despite having such healthy relations with Iran, the Iran Supreme Leader chose to target India. And MEA has also said that perhaps these statements are unfounded, they are not true. But what implications will it have on the Indo-Iran relations? Because Iran also happens to be the gateway for India when it comes to export to other countries outside the Asian region. And we have also seen that how India has been very active when it comes to maritime security in the Gulf of Aden, an area which is regularly being targeted by Houthis, who are also an armed proxy unit of Iran in the Middle East. But overall, as of now, the MEA has strongly reacted to that statement, saying that these are unfounded and baseless comments, and countries like Iran and others who are commenting on India's internal politics or even the situation of Muslims should look within that how they treat minorities in the region. In Delhi, Mohammad Ghazali.
Well, time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side. Welcome back. The Karnataka Film Chamber of Commerce held a meeting with female artists today, triggered by the Hema Committee report that highlighted presence of sexual harassment and abuse in the Kerala film industry. This comes following a letter from the Karnataka State Women's Commission chairperson Nagalakshmi Chaudhary requesting the film chamber to organize a meeting to address similar concerns in the Karnataka film industry as well. But the attendees were divided. My colleague Pratibha Raman has this report.
The Mollywood Me Too storm having a ripple effect in Karnataka. After investigations were set in motion following the Hema Committee report on women actors' exploitation in Kerala, today a meeting was organized in Bengaluru to explore if there was a need for a similar probe on the Karnataka movie industry. Karnataka Women's Panel Chief chaired the meet. Actors like Tara, Bhavana, Sanjana Galrani and director Kavita Lankesh were few of the attendees. But it all ended with a divided house.
They're independently going ahead and they want to form their own association, then they do not come under this. As simple as that. Then there is no right, आपका हक ही नहीं बनता है कि आप यहाँ पे आके हम लोगों से हक मांगे ना. If at all you say we have to come under POSH or we have to consider POSH, then वो Employment Act में आना चाहिए हम लोगों को.
We don't have any complaint which is lodged. So we don't want to compare our request to the Hema Committee. We don't want to compare what happened today over here in the film chamber with the situation of the Malayalam industry or the Hema Committee. I don't want to compare my request with Fire or with Hema Committee. My entire voice is that we don't have a basic women body at all.
Chairperson of the Women's Commission, though, said they will conduct a survey as the next step.
I'm going to send them a survey where their name will be not mentioned. Later, then after that, I will sit with the film industry and then talk. These are the things, and then I'll sit with the government of Karnataka and to form a committee.
The intention of this meeting was to provide a safe working environment for women artists in the Kannada film industry. But the opening note set the stage for a divided house, and it seems like it is going to be a long and tough road ahead for Sandalwood. With camera person Govind, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
Moving on to some news from the south of India. 3 IPS officers were suspended by the Andhra Pradesh government after inquiry into a complaint by a Mumbai-based female actor. This actor has alleged that she had been illegally arrested and harassed in February this year. Kadambari Jetwani holds a medical degree and she's also been an actor.
Within 48 hours of a complaint by a Mumbai-based woman that she had been illegally arrested and allegedly harassed by the Andhra Pradesh police in February this year, 3 IPS officers were suspended. These include 1992 batch Director General rank former State Intelligence Chief PSR Anjanelu, 2004 batch former NTR District Commissioner Kantirana Tata, and 2010 batch former Vijayawada DCP Vishal Guni. The suspension order alleges connivance, abuse of official position and misconduct against PSR Anjanelu, and procedural lapses, arrest based on oral orders, dereliction of duty against the former commissioner and DCP. Kadambari Jetwani had been arrested after a complaint by a YSRCP leader, Kokala Vidyasagar, who accused the Mumbai-based actress of scamming him in a land case. Kadambari says it was an attempt to discredit her, as she had filed a sexual harassment case against a Mumbai corporate honcho with political links.
There was an FIR filed by me in December 2023 against a corporate honcho. All this Andhra police officials, Vidyasagar, maybe other people, other higher political powers, they all connived and conspired to falsely assassinate my character.
She says her illegal arrest and alleged abduction by the Andhra Pradesh police on February 3 had prevented her from making her statement in a Mumbai court between February 5 and 9, and the case had subsequently been closed while she spent time in jail. The suspension order mentions connivance and misuse of official position. So did the top police officer act on political orders during the Jagannath Reddy government? Incidentally, the 3 IPS officers are among 16 IPS officers not given a posting and asked to report every day at the DGP office after the Chandrababu Naidu government took over. With inputs from Andhra Pradesh and camera person Nagaraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
Meanwhile, a tussle broke out between two passengers aboard Guwahati to Delhi Indigo flight on the 14th of September. The fight was allegedly over shared cabin space to store hand baggage. In fact, crew members and staff did intervene to control the situation. As a result, the flight was not delayed and it did depart on time. Indigo has now issued a statement saying an altercation occurred between two passengers who were aboard the flight. Indigo's ground staff and cabin crew immediately intervened and resolved the issue. Meanwhile, as festival season approaches, airfares have gone up. In fact, airfares have doubled and tripled on key routes. The surging demand is forcing flyers to pay higher prices. NDTV has a spot check for you on the airfares.
The festival season's around the corner, and we all want to celebrate it with our family. One thing which can dampen your festivities is the rising airfare. We all have been discussing about it. I'll take you live and show you how the airfare looks like. This is New Delhi to Patna flight, which you see on your screen right now. On October 15, the same flight is costing you around 4,500, but when you see around the Diwali weekend, the same flight is costing you around 4,500 on 16th October. But when you see around the weekend, which is Diwali weekend, the same flight is costing you around 10,000 rupees, which is a double-fold increase. Now, what's leading to this? Is it the gap between the demand and supply or the fuel cost? Civil Aviation Minister last week suggested the airline to make the airfare more affordable. Will the airline step up and make our travel more affordable? It is yet to be seen.
Time for a short break. More news and updates on the other side.